Okay, I think we're live. I think we're live, everybody. I'm sorry for the delay. And I'm not sure it says I'm bad on my stream. It says bad. Trying to stream is bad. So I am so
You're
sorry.
a bad
I
girl.
know. Apparently, I've been bad. I'm not getting video data at a fast enough rate. So if you guys are buffering, let me I
You're
see
fine.
myself,
You look fine.
You're beautiful.
but I don't see you, Smoky, in the thing.
You
But
won't.
can everyone hear
Boo.
her? Can everyone hear Smoky fine on there? Raven, I hear you. I see what you just said. Stop being a hoe. What? Oh my gosh. Frank said yes. So hopefully that yes means um
Okay.
check on the audio. Can everybody not hear? Check on the audio. What is check. Check means yes, you hear everything on the audio. That means cool. All right, good. Cool beans, everybody. So welcome to I'm looking at myself. Stop looking at myself. I use my hands way too much. Welcome to O'hm Grown Alchemy. And Nick is not here. He's in the chat, I think. And he was at a wedding and he's having to have another party. Last week we didn't have a show because it was Chef's Fest. And so he had a big party. And if you didn't see the pictures, and I'm like, I see the stream is like lagging, and I apologize. If you want to see cool pictures of Nick from last week, just let me know and I'll pop some up and it'll make you think of Flavorah cucumber. And let's see. I'm trying to find a thread to send to Smoky about the flavors, and I don't see it quite yet. So while we're getting started, I do have Mark Senior here, and thank you for coming on today, Mark.
Oh, anytime.
But also, what am I thinking? I always say I need to have a checklist. And so if you can tell, I'm still new to this. I'm still like, so, what is it called when you're new to something? You're
Newbie.
red.
A newbie
You're
or a knob. You could be a knob.
Yeah, I'm a knob. Not a snob. I'm a knob. I'm so green. Green, you're green. I am so
Fine ears.
What's that? Oh, so anyway, who's in the chat? We have in the chat Laurie, and we love Laurie, and she's from all over. And my phone's not muted. That's not cool.
I believe Lori is in Canada as well.
Oh, cool. But I mean, she's all over like Facebook. I mean, not all over like,
Yeah.
but I mean, I know her from Facebook and stuff, and from here. And we have, of course, you, Mark, and we have Smoky Blue, and welcome, Smoky. And we're so
Yay!
excited to have you here. We are so excited to have the queen. That I have crowned the queen, and I think many people have crowned the queen of Flavorah here on our show. We are so excited. She is like one of my new
I am so tickled.
Mm-hmm. And
yes. Oh my gosh, flavor taste. Yes.
So we also have, who else here in the chat? Fidalgo Vapes. We are so excited. Yes, he is like one of my O'hmies. So everybody here, that's like our thing. We're O'hmies. Because we're O'hm Grown Alchemy.
I am a Flavorah.
Yeah, but you're a Flavorah O'hmy.
I wish I was loving them that. Yes. I'm just a stalker. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, no. So we have Raven Shadows. Hey Raven, how you doing? And Daytime Frank's in the chat, and watch him tonight. We will be on. Actually, Mark and I both, I think, will be on at 9 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Daytime Frank's channel for MIT. Is it
Mixing in the kitchen after dark.
MITK After Dark. So make sure to watch that if you're up at 9 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be talking a lot about advocacy, and I think we have Addie Tooney on tonight. So catch that so we can talk bitch about all the bullshit that's going on. So who else? I said Raven Shadow's out there talking about sweet ass Frank. Oh my gosh. Nick Evans, and he's still out of town partying. So hey, Nick. So next week he will be back. He promises. And Liana, there you are, girl. How you doing? Good to see you. And I mixed up one of your recipes this week, or just like that. Yes, 2 days ago. It's steeping. I'm gonna taste it later, and I'll leave you a review. Lady Loves Vapor, how you doing? Good to see you. Who am I missing? Did I miss any? If I missed somebody, you guys tell me. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking and look for this thing I'm supposed to send Smoky. So
Yay.
You're like, yay! Stop talking. Please stop talking.
Fine, Tammy. Take it away.
He's like, yeah, he'll be back next week. And I think next week we are going to talk about some one-shots that he and I both got from an awesome mixer that we all know. And I will give you a hint. He is well known in the US, and he does artwork with pottery. And if you can't guess from that, he does folk art type pottery. And if you can't guess from that, his name is Folk Art.
Oh.
We're going to be talking about his one-shots next week on Saturday. So look at Mark laughing at me. So watch that. Make sure to come in next week and watch for that, because that's going to be some awesome stuff. I'm excited for that. So Mark, what have you been up to lately?
I have been trying to add a ton of mulberry into my ELR, and I've been screening around their one-shots that they sent me, and some of them are really, really, really tasty. Really tasty.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that today. We talked about that for
plus I've been I have some recipes that I can't talk about quite yet that I'm working on.
Oh, cool.
They're steeping right now. Well, one of them was until my son sniffed and walked away with it.
Yeah, you bet. I told you last week you need to get a
lockbox. I need a lockbox.
Yes. Wait, Papa Chickley's in the house. Awesome. Okay, I'm doing a search for that, and now I just got nothing. Okay, 25. Nothing. Okay. When was it you sent me that? I know I had it up last week on Frank's show.
It's been a minute.
I know what I need to do. I need to just pull up
2 weeks ago. Yeah, there you go. You can do pictures.
That would be the fastest way. So maybe we should go. Let's go to. Wait, no, not that one.
Wait a minute. Maybe I can do it this way.
Sorry, we're pulling up the top 12. While I'm pulling that up, let me play the video that I have that's just of the top 25.
Okay.
And everybody knows what they are. Hold on. Play yet. Okay, let me stop it. I don't know if that's the right one. Yeah, I think that's the right one. If it's not, then it will be, because the only difference is one says my name at the end and the other one says Flavorah at the end. So, okay, we're gonna play the top 25 video. Oh, Adam Florzik, Rock and Roll Man, how you doing? You're in the chat. Okay, so I'm gonna play the top 25 Flavorah flavors, so you can see them all, which I'm sure you've seen them in the Flavorah like if you're on Instagram and stuff like that, you've probably seen them, but here they are all together. Let me get them in the, let me share my screen and I
Okay.
will pop this up and I will play this.
Yay.
Let me go backwards and let me hit play. And it's some corny music, so I'm sorry. Can you hear the music?
Okay, I got it.
I noticed a lot of the tobaccos are not on there.
All right, thanks.
Yeah,
And I
the
found what I
tobaccos
was
did not
looking
make
for
the
while it
top
was going.
25.
What's that?
The tobaccos did not make the top 25. The reason
No.
being, a lot
Go
of
ahead.
vapors choose to go with the fruits and creams.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Well, they did that on a separate list
Yeah.
prior, and I didn't include that. So, but that's an interesting thing, and we talked about that a little bit because I was kind of confused. I'm like, it was interesting some of the things that were on the top 25 that we thought maybe should have been different or how they did come up as the top 25. And I think one of the things we decided or that we talked about is this is based upon overall sales in general, not just to DIYers. Am I correct?
No. This is pretty much for DIY, I believe.
Oh, it is? Okay, see, I was wrong then. Okay.
Yeah, this is for DIY.
That's interesting
I
then.
could be very wrong. That might be something that we could either ask Bryson or Brendan.
Yeah, I may ask them about that
But
because
Lemonade this year, I think this is the first year that Lemonade has actually scooted Alpine completely off the list.
no,
Alpine has been the
Alpine,
#1 flavor for Flavorah for at least 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
interesting because it's 13 now.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it's because a lot of people who are not really buying it because they don't need so much.
Well, I don't think that's what it is. Some people can't get or grasp the Alpine strawberry and they overuse.
Yes. Yes.
Those are those two big things. When you go, oh, I'm going to use Alpine at 2%. Yeah, go right ahead.
Yes. Oh God, yes. I've done it.
Yeah, Raven, some of those newer flavors like rose essence and stuff, those aren't going to be on the list because they just came out. They're too new.
Yeah, they're way too new.
Yeah, to be on that list. And thanks for checking up on me, Vaping Trucker. And if you're still in the chat, just keep me online because that's your job, right? So yeah, but some of like bubble gum, someone was saying it's not on the list. So and we talked about this last week on Daytime Freight or on Mixing After Dark, if you will. Like how the list was, like some of the flavors and the order they were, how we were surprised. And I think that's where we kind of came up with the conclusion that this could have been like an industry wide sales ranking. Yeah, because we're often asked what our top selling recipe. I'm just trying to think. In production, these are the ones that are constantly in production. So I think this is industry wide, meaning like what they sell in general, including not including DIY. That's why it made a little bit more sense to people when we talked about it in that aspect. So, but we'll have to confirm with Brandon and Brendan and Bryson.
Yeah, Brendan and Bryson.
So,
yeah, they're good guys.
But yeah, they're awesome. And speaking of that, they are allowing me to do a 10 flavor giveaway that we're going to do on this channel. And I'm going to start it after this show, and I'm going to post it on the Facebook page. So if you are not part of the Facebook group, there's a link down below so that you can go join the Facebook group. And if you don't do Facebook, just let me know and I'll figure out a way so you can enter it anyway, so you can get in the drawing anyway, somehow, if you don't do Facebook. So that's cool. So we're going to be doing that. And so they're awesome about getting involved with the community and things like that. So we love Flavorah. And if you haven't tried Flavorah because you're afraid of pricing, and let's just talk about that a little bit, stuff like that. I'm trying to go down with the chat. Oh, thank you for posting that link. Oh, I got a thing to post. Hold on. No, I don't. I don't.
Y'all need to back off my jammy berry.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. I've got to find my thing for my link for commands in YouTube in the chat. And it's one that says Jamie's Jamie Berry. It's just for Nick, and I don't remember how to put it in. But anyway, we want to talk a little bit about percentages. And I was trying to get a chart together, and let me pull this up, and we'll share the all about mixing on. Oh God, I've mucked up my screen again. That's what I do.
24 windows open on her computer, so bear with her.
Yeah, I'm green. I'm a little green. All about mixing. We love this. And this is, we kind of want to touch on this a little bit. Come on, show the URL. It's not. Okay, well, that's okay, because I can just go down here and I can just say copy the link. All about mixing.
How's it going, Vapes?
Copy link address. Okay. All right. And I can share it in the chat, because this is super cool. I think this is a cool page. Okay, where is my chat? Here we go. Is that for this? Yes, that's for this. Hey, Vapes, how you doing? This is for all about mixing. And this, okay, I'm gonna share the screen now, because share, and where is it? All about mixing. Okay, share. Okay. This right here shows all the flavors that Flavorah has, which I absolutely love. And it also shows pairing and mixing ideas. And it also shows a steep guide, which is awesome. And it also shows a starting mix point, a suggested, and I want to say in big letters, a suggested starting mix point, a percentage for these different flavors. And a lot of them I am like, cool, this is really cool. Some of them I think could go a bit lower for starting, but it's all relative to your taste and things like that. But this is a great resource for people to have, especially if you want to know what flavors are available and what can go with these different flavors. So Smoky, do you want to
Yeah,
talk a little bit about
we can
um
go into it.
yeah, like what I want to kind of talk about is maybe some of the suggested well no, let's go from here. How do you let me stop sharing. How do you when you get a new Flavorah flavor in, how do you go about flavor testing so you get an idea of how you know what percentage
If
you
it's a
want to start a
single
recipe
flavor that I'm testing, what I do, I break out my table.
at? Mm-hmm.
I've got a 4 foot by 12 certain dots along the edge, and those
Mm-hmm.
dots will represent 2 drops, 4 drops, 6 drops, 8 drops, 10 drops. I make row 3 to 5. Okay, so I don't test exactly one solo flavor. What I do is I get my bottles out, I put them on the dot, so I know how many drops that these bottles have in them, and
Okay.
I'll let them sit for about 24 hours. I don't froth them. I don't speed steep or anything. But if it's fruits, I let them sit overnight. And then what I do is I just do a blind taste test. This flavor, which happens to have 2 drops in it, tastes like this. Am I getting a hint or what? I have a checklist of extreme low, where I like it, and where it's too high for me. And I
Okay.
keep all my notes together. And even if I don't have any new flavors, I go over this list. I'm solo test tasting for at least 1 week out of the month. I keep going over my flavors because I know that my taste buds change.
Right.
The more that I test these flavors, the more notes I have, the more I can depend on my notes to say, okay, well, this flavor, if I use it here, I'm only going to get a little bit of it. I don't want too much. Or I think, hey, this should be the lead flavor. Where in the area should I think that it needs to play a part in my recipe? So
Right.
I don't even go by averages, what ELR, ATF, anything else. I rarely look at what everybody else is using. But when I do find things, I'm like, oh my God, they're using it at that much.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
that's pretty much the process. I let my tongue do the work, and I figure out, what would go with this flavor or what wouldn't go with this flavor. You know, all flavors have a chance of blending in with each other, but you want to make a good recipe. You don't want something that's just there, you know?
Right. One thing I noticed about, well, a recipe I tasted of yours that you actually sent me was that you actually, it was, I was like, this is amazing because it had flavor separation in it and it was, you had the highs and the lows. And I was like, this is just unbelievable, this juice. It was just, and then I look at the recipe and I'm like, wow, I'm just some of the, I know she gets a kick out of it when I do.
Go ahead and tell what the recipe was, huh?
It was yeah, hold on just a second. Let me find it and I'll share it because it was just I was just like blown away by it actually. Well, not because I didn't think you couldn't do it, but just because it was a peanut butter cup. Um and it was just wow, I could taste the chocolate, this peanut butter, and it was just unbelievable. And it was all Flavorah, and it was just like what, like 3% of flavoring. So think about if that's like your all day.
Raven, Raven, I would literally have to cut that into a 1/4 part for me to vape that. I'm not
Uh,
trying to be or anything, but those amounts are just way too high. Strawberry Smash, it's perfect, 1 to 1.2%.
I'm
You
making
know,
it
the
work.
Greek,
What was that one
you
called?
go to 1%.
It's over
You
on
know,
my tray.
let me ask you this, Raven. What are you vaping it out of? How long have you been vaping?
Oh, oh, we're quiet. Oh my goodness.
We're all right. I'm
Okay.
waiting on Raven. She asked me about her recipe. Huh. Yeah, yeah. I try and keep all of my Flavorah flavors under 5%. And the reason for that, you really don't need that much. You know, taste buds get acclimated when you first get off the cigarettes. You really can't taste much at all. And I'm reading here you're a 10 on the profile RDA. I've got the profile. Oh, we still here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
weird. Oh, okay.
I'm just sharing a screen. Go
What I
ahead
was
and
saying,
talk.
that's fine. That's fine. But I've lost my
Oh, you lost.
thingy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just shared the screen.
Lost my thingy. But yeah, that's the recipe in question. That's my peanut butter cups.
Oh my gosh, guys. I'm telling it's 3.12%. It is absolutely amazing. And it's peanut butter cups. I mean, for real, like chocolate peanut butter cup. And it's not too overbearing in your face, like, oh, what disgusting chocolate. It is just perfect peanut butter, just perfect. It's just I can't even describe.
I
I
really love the peanut butter by Flavorah. I really, really love that flavor.
but the beer nuts and that chocolate. I think here's my theory on this one.
All
I
right,
think
let's do it.
chocolate. I think the chocolate Deutsch with that little bit
Chocolate
of
dip.
coconut Deutsch.
Sweet.
I I think it adds that with that little bit of coconut adds that little bit of what it needs for that flavor separation and to help with the peanut butter. I am just throwing it out there. And I know the marshmallow helps with that fluffiness with the peanut
Believe it or
butter.
not,
Say it again.
believe it or not, coconut. Yeah, it had coconut in it. It had coconut in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is just good, but it chocolate fake. It was like one of those imitation Reese cups. And I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
this is just sickening. You see where I'm coming from? So I was like, well, I know that the chocolate Deutsch has it in it. Let me play
Mhm.
around with it. And believe it or not, I started with 1 drop.
And
Yeah,
so
that's not
as you look at her, as you look at the recipe, and let me go change this. Hold on, guys. So you understand when she talks about drops. I have to go change this because I go back and forth all day with this, just so you know. Use drops, save. When we talk about drops, oh, it's this one. Okay. Okay, here we're in drops. And for Flavorah, it needs to be 50 drops per mil. for it to work out correctly. And so when she talks about drops, 2 drops is, say it for me because I'm not going to say it right.
Okay. 1 drop is 0.02 grams. I cannot see chat, just to let everybody know. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay,
scared
yeah,
to
I don't
move
have it
my
up either,
laptop.
so
But,
'cause I'm gonna.
but what I'm talking about, we know that 1 drop of Flavorah, whether it's in a regular Flavorah bottle, the glass bottle, or the even newer bottles that they're switching to, 1 drop is equal to 0.02 grams. And I know that 0.02 grams is also equal to 0.02 mils. So if I'm going by drops with this, if you look how I did it, you know, I went from 1 drop to 6 drops on the chocolate Deutsch. You know, I taste tested every single flavor in my recipes just to figure out where I want to put them, the outcome. And the computer or the calculator, because
Right.
there's always 50 drops per mil. You know, it might vary from TFA or Capella or anything else, but when you're using drops and you say, okay, I can start to taste it at 2 drops in a 10 ml bottle, then you can easily put in 10 ml amount, your flavor, 2 drops, and find out where you're at on your percentages. Does that make sense?
Yes, Mark,
Mark, do you understand that?
Oh, I understand fully because I
okay,
use
good.
You
drops.
watch you. I beat everybody up over this.
No, I use drops as well for a lot of flavor because I get better results using drops and with my notes as well.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna stop sharing this and I'm gonna
um,
copy.
Okay. Now I can see the
I
screen.
have
Hello,
done.
everybody.
I like that. I really like that.
Yeah. So, Raven, if that answers your question, I would go back. I would literally take a break from Flavorah or whatever flavor you wanted, whatever manufacturer you're messing with. I'd take a break. Give it a good 2 or 3 days. Go invest in some 10 ml bottles. Try your drops and say, okay, I can start to taste this here. I can taste this better here. Find out where your threshold is, and it will slow down that usage rate. Because you got to realize there's a reason why the prices on Flavorah are the way they are. These are ultra concentrated flavors, and you really don't need much.
Yeah, just letting them know that with drops, the bottle has to be like this for perfect drop. If you have your bottle like this, you can get a fat drop. And if your bottle's like this, you get the perfect drop.
So I hope that makes a little bit more sense. Oh yeah, it's possible. Definitely sub. I think the lowest amount of flavoring that I have comes out to like 0.6%. It was for a simple strawberry and cream. Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of scales, Nick. When you've got a scales, you know how many drops. All you do is multiply. I very rarely depend on any kind of calculator. And that's mainly why, you're talking about Flavorah being rebottled. That's why I buy direct from the manufacturer. I don't depend on any other flavor company or flavor reseller to supply my stuff. The reason being, I want the best, the most fresh flavor that I can get. No, I've got scales that measure down to the 0.003 grams. I've got an O'House.
That's nice.
I do mix commercially, so yeah.
The lowest percentage recipe that I do
Oh.
have is 3.5% flavor.
Yeah, I have.
It has a
Wow.
total of
You
7.
need to step away from that manufacturers that are watering down their flavors. Yeah. Step back from the mullenberry, man.
Oh no, we're not gonna,
Well,
we're
this
not gonna
has
go there. So just
it says my recipe has Flavorah boysenberry in it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's the main flavor for the whole recipe.
Believe you are. I can't believe you're corrupting Flavorah by doing that, man.
um
Shame on you.
I like everybody. I'm a neutral
Yeah,
party.
I like everybody too. Far, far away from me and my Flavorah. Yes.
oh my
I
gosh.
just really got into the Flavorah stature that you guys are all into, and that's why I have a lot. I always have lots of questions because the flavors are just totally different. It's a whole new ballgame when you're mixing with Flavorah, and
It sure is.
like I
You
know
know,
Mulberry, I know Flavor Art, I know Flavor West, I know all their flavors, how to mix
well,
them.
I will put it this way. When I first started, Mount Baker Vapor was in production very, very well. It was the place to buy flavors. Needless to say, nobody really knew that it was Reebok Flavor West. There was Flavor West. Had just Wizard Labs was the place to buy your flavoring from. It was the only reseller. Then ECX popped up. So if that tells you anything about how long I've been mixing.
Here in Canada, we are limited. At the time, we were limited to buying flavors across the border. We had to get them mainly all in Canada. Now we can get whatever we want anywhere.
Here's my situation with the flavor companies themselves. Yes, they all have their uses, but you want something that is known to be at least partially responsible for what they're putting out.
Yes.
You know, you've got Loran with their coloring, you've got Flavor West with their sugars, you know, you've got other companies that are very questionable. Would I quit DIY? No, no. You're forgetting I do work for a lab.
Yeah.
No,
but my situation is this. My mouth is worth a lot more to me as a non-smoker. It's worth it to me to put the money in for decent flavors that I'm going to be happy with.
True.
You know, I've had them all. I've had, I know, 7, 8, 900 flavors here. But I left them all without a doubt. My shipping, I have nothing but Flavorah shipping.
I know you're killing me too with this.
I don't have to wait for a reseller to go and get their flavors from Flavorah when I can just go eat it.
Yeah.
You know, and that bites when I hear, oh my God, I've been to 3 places. Nobody's got Sugar Orchid.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what?
Yeah, that is the thing Flavorah has, and even Wayne said this in a video or a live mixing that he did was they are made for mixers. These flavors are for mixers, and they're for real mixers, like people
Nick,
who want.
I really don't limit myself. Okay. I know how to mix so that I'm not at a limit. When
Yes,
you
she
have
does.
mixed for so long, you know what flavors need boosting and what to boost it with. If I needed a good lemon for a tart, I'd definitely combine lemonade and lemon. Perfect match. I'd spike it with a tiny touch of lime. And my usage rate with lime wedge, very, very low. but you're not going to taste the lime in my lemonade. You know, I've got a tart sitting up on my ELR, and it's just as spot on. You know, all according to how you use these flavors. Does that make any sense?
Yes. To me, it does.
Yeah.
To a lot of other people, I don't know, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
If it smells like a brewery now, you're overusing it.
I was just telling her today that one of my
I think Sub said spilt, not whatever it was. That was a typo.
oh, the fried dough, yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite all-day vapes that I did this year, created this year, that I love. I have made like I don't know how many. I'm talking bottles like this size right here, like 250 mils, whatever of it this year. I vape it now, and I it's just not as good for me. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. Anyway,
You're good.
okay. It's just not as good for me. It's just not as good to me because um I have another vape and another one that's just strictly Flavorah only. And it is completely delicious. It's such a different there's no additional sweeteners in it, no additional whatever is in that one that I know is in it. And it's just so much. I can't vape that again. Um, so it's just amazing. Um, what?
Well, here's my issue, okay? I don't use anything but Flavorah sweetness. The reason being, number one, it's a proprietary recipe.
Mm-hmm.
It's made up of all kinds of stuff. It doesn't take but a drop or two. Why go to any other sweetener when it only takes a little bit?
Right.
You know, it's actually a clean, clear product. And I like it in my coffee.
So you put that in your coffee?
Yeah. I literally put 6 drops in my coffee, and it's actually a little bit too sweet on the sweet side. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Of course, I have a big mug, so.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can put most of Flavorah in your coffees. You can put them in cakes, candies. I love it in yogurt.
Oh, that's a good idea, getting plain yogurt and adding some flavor.
Oh, yeah. Well, my latest is I have pineapple yogurt in the fridge. I'm going to go get some of that red raspberry. Yeah. What would be my take on a vanilla custard recipe? I would definitely start using vanilla custard. It does need a little bit of boosting on my end for me, personally. But a plain vanilla custard, I would go 1.2% vanilla custard. I'd have to have some cream in there. I might top it with some whipped cream. And I definitely let it steep for about 5 to 7 days. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Most of the ones I do always say they just need a nap. Some, especially the fruit flavors, I just say they need a good nap.
There is a difference between the pudding and the custard. Most people cannot tell. You can sub one for the other. I can tell. Yeah. Now, when you're talking about regular custard, Flavorah's regular custard, that is more of a 5-star type restaurant custard. It's going to have your brown sugar on top. It's going to be really thick and creamy. Yeah, let's talk about creams and custard additives. The smooth vanilla, the vanilla bean. They're just beautiful. You don't need much. 1 to 3 drops. Yeah. Sugar orchid. my experience, 3 drops gives me a nice helper with frosting. 6 drops gives me more of a nutty, almost on the verge of pasty. 9 drops, and we're talking in 30 mil.
Oh, 9 drops.
9 drops in a 30 mil will give you a tasty almond for sugar orchid. If you're getting a sweet floral, you're using it a bigger amount. Actually, Flavorah does carry additives. Vanilla bean, smooth vanilla, sugar orchid could be considered an additive.
And I'm trying to think of what up. There's a couple others, right?
No.
Oh, but no AP. No, but beer nuts. What about? I mean, that's not AP.
Chemical combination. Most resellers do resell AP, mainly under the TFA brand. If you look at Chef's Flavors, I'm not too sure. Was it Chef's? They were actually carrying a powdered form at one time of AP. Donut. There's all different kinds of ways to make your donuts, Nick. You're looking at raw what? For AP?
Oh, I think he's just saying AP in general.
Okay.
Why doesn't Flavorah carry AP or yeah?
Why should they? Everybody else carries it. All right. I think you're misunderstanding. An additive is anything that helps a main profile out. Yeah, I like the donuts that Flavorah has. I like the fried dough. I like the soft dough. It all depends on, you know. Okay, well, AP is an additive. List off a couple other additives.
Mincer's additives.
What, like additives in general?
Yeah, additives in general.
AP and vanillin.
Okay, well, we have vanillin by Smooth Vanilla and Vanilla Bean. Those two are additives.
Right. I know where I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. Like if you want AP, if you want AP, you're adding it from TFA a lot of times. But you can also add it from things inside the line, right? But vanilla, we're using smooth vanilla and
yeah. Dry cheese, that's one of my weaknesses. I take dry cheese anywhere between 1 drop, 0.02 grams, all the way up to 12 drops. Well, no, about 1%, not quite. James, I see you, James. DIY, you could just go into my recipes up on the LR. There's over 2 years of nothing but Flavorah recipes.
I've gone through them. I've gone through them all.
You know?
Yeah, I have too, and some of them I've looked at and I've been like, what? What is she? Before I ever knew you or knew your concepts.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking, what is she smoking, Smoky? When I first saw a Flavorah recipe book,
a lot of people just don't understand. But
yeah, I was like, what is this smoky person?
I've managed vaping Flavorah's flavors for longer than Flavorah was Flavorah. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And
But when I first saw
I've never ever
book,
been
I was like,
disappointed that I can't make something. I have to go
where's the
outside of
smoky
Flavorah to go get it.
recipes in this book? And it wasn't, and I tell people today when they say something, I'm like, mix a recipe and then say something about it. Don't
Yeah.
knock it until you try it, because I promise this Smoky knows what she's talking about with flavors.
Would I be offended? No. Would I vape it? No. No offense. I just don't vape juice handed to me. And if I don't know the person and I don't know where it's been, I'm not vaping it. It will get piffed.
Nick, how much have you been drinking
And it's,
tonight?
it's nothing against the person. It's nothing against the recipe or anything else. It's just I've had enough commercial juice taste testings and stuff. I don't need somebody else's juice.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
So, let's, where I wanted to talk about too was pod recipes and Flavorah mixes. And I had heard someone say a couple of weeks ago, oh, if you want to use tobaccos in a pod, don't use Flavorah because you will be using way too much flavoring and wasting money. And I wanted so bad to scream, no, that is not true. No. So let's talk about that a little bit. Oh my gosh, Nick. Flavor West Yellow.
My issue
Oh,
is people using it.
what? You got
James,
it. You
you
got
need to be
it.
quiet.
What's that? Oh, he's talking about bad.
James needs
Yeah.
to be quiet. um,
So
what
pod
do you mean no
recipes.
vanilla
Just
pudding?
ignore Nick. Just ignore Nick. Don't worry about Nick.
Okay. Well, for longer chit chat, I don't mind chatting with anybody via PM or phone or
Yeah.
whatever. I've always been open. Send me a message. I don't want anybody to get offended. And I do want everybody's questions coming up. But Sub, do you know why I know vanilla pudding? Vanilla pudding to me is just that. It's pudding. You don't put pudding with custard. And the other thing is keep things simple. Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about in the custard. You want to keep things simple. When you start adding willy-nilly, and I've been known to do it, I've got a lot of recipes to vouch for it. But when you get too complicated by thinking, oh, I need this additive, I need this flavor, and the next thing you know, you're looking at an 8 flavored recipe when you could have easily done it with 6. Does that make better sense? There's nothing wrong with the Flavorah's vanilla custard. It has got a lot to do with body chemistry or taste receptors and what you still have and what you have lost, if that makes sense coming from smoking. There are some taste buds that you're never, ever going to get back. And it does make things like crunch cereal taste like dirty socks.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. See, Mark knows.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. So what do you think about that, Tam? Huh? The crunch cereal tastes like socks to you or cardboard? Which one?
Dry. It's a dry.
It's a very dry cereal. I'll give it that.
Yeah, but who's gonna vape it by itself? That's the whole thing. You're not
Flavor
gonna.
testing. Flavor test when you're
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. But you.
Believe it or not, that's the one odd flavor I could do a solo on. And I don't get the dirty socks. I don't get the cardboard. I just get a really good crunch cereal. If I add sweetener, it's almost as good as the crunch cereal that comes in the box.
Maybe add a little cinnamon. Or apple cinnamon, you might get
Well,
Applejack. Not apple
well,
cinnamon.
then you have cinnamon
apple,
crunch.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Honestly, they both have. I have made a pastry crunch.
Toffee.
Yes.
Toffee. Yeah,
How
Addington.
would I go about adding honeycomb only using Flavorah?
He
Well, if
loves.
I gave you that kind of info, I'm gonna have to charge you for that recipe. Definitely. But it is possible to create a honeycomb using only Flavorah. Mushrooms, well, I don't know what to tell you about that. I wish I could get a good mushroom vape out of Flavorah. That would be good. You know, cream of mushroom. Can I get a cream of mushroom soup?
That'd be interesting.
Yes, it would. It would. I might have to try that.
Well, mix it up later and let me know how it goes.
I will. I will.
Oh yeah, milk and honey is a good flavor.
Yes,
I
it is.
personally don't like it. Some people I think take it way too high and then I don't like it.
I think I have 500 recipes with milk and honey.
I get a lot of florals from honey, and it really drives me nuts.
Again, taste receptors, body chemistry. Yeah. I used to be that way with honeysuckle, TSC honeysuckle. I've actually got a beautiful mix from Elevated Vapes. One of my buddies owns it, and he sent me a beautiful honeysuckle e-juice. And I can't vape it.
Yeah.
Well, no shit. 3% Flavorah Crunch. There it is.
Oh, that's a good question. What is your favorite flavor? Do you have one?
My absolutely best flavor, y'all gonna laugh at me, is cool menthol. That is my go-to.
Oh my, wow.
I like cool menthol. I like it at 1.2% with cream.
Mine is creme de menthe. I really, really love that. Really, really love that.
You know, and see, we're talking another additive. Let's go back to the additives.
Yeah, that absolutely.
Pucker is not a tobacco.
Let's talk about pucker. Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes. And Brendan really don't like me talking about it. No.
Uh-oh.
But when you
maybe
overuse pucker, of course, you're going to get a tobacco-ish-esque background, because when you think about it, it's a sour additive. Yeah. Try it 1 to 3 drops with 1% cream and your favorite fruit, and I guarantee you're going to think it's like one of the Mentos.
Mentos?
Has anybody ever had a Mentos? Yeah. Here, I'll spell. Yeah.
Yeah, Mentos. Yeah.
You know, you take 3 drops and 30 mils of pucker with 1% cream, any of your fruits. You only want your fruit 1% as well. Put it in RDA. I guarantee you. Yeah. 30 mil. Nick, I only mix in 30 mil bottles. I only solos in 10 mils. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be too sticky sweet, Raven. Sweet and Smoky is a plum tobacco. And when you think about it, plums and figs, they do kind of go together, but you need something to break that up with. And I would suggest either lemon or lime, pink guava, pineapple. You're not really going to be able to.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. James, I got you. Don't worry about it. You already pushed the button, didn't you? Oh, well. Okay.
Oh my God. I'm trying. Any other flavors you guys want to talk? I'm trying to think there was other,
Well, according to the top 25, we could do the top 25
Yeah, let's
if you
go.
wanted. Let's start with, since we've already touched down on vanilla pudding, let's go to peach gummy.
Yeah,
Anybody
you're cutting out a little bit. Or maybe I am. I don't know.
peach gummy, your signals. Yeah, my signal is unstable, just like me.
Well, we're in the same club then.
Yay. Okay, so it's in, um, yeah, catch up with me later, James.
Because I'm okay. I'm not great. My stream, but
Well,
it's
that's
okay.
good. Yeah, but
Okay,
let's talk about peach gummy.
yeah, I like peach gum. Peach.
Mark, you like peach gummy?
I've never had it.
You've never had it? That's a go-to flavor. Peach gummy, a little bit of red raspberry, and just 1 to 3 drops of candy roll.
Well, like I said, I'm just really getting into Flavorah now, and I'm getting into it more.
After all this time,
I
I was
was,
sitting here whining at you.
I was a Capella freak for the longest time. Capella and TPA, but you use so much flavor to get what you want. And when you go to Flavorah, it's like, what the hell? I've been missing out.
Yeah, you have for a long, long time.
I think my other favorite from Flavorah is sweet coconut. I'm a coconut freak. I love coconuts. Um, and yeah, sweet coconut is it's a go-to for me.
Hey, Julia. Yeah, I like coconut.
I like it. I just don't like the taste of it in my mouth. Those little, when I eat real coconut, I don't like those little slithers.
Oh,
Believe it or not, I'm allergic to coconut in real life. It stops me breathing.
Mm.
And being able to vape coconut, I'm just surprised. I do know that other people with allergies, they can't vape what they're allergic to. How it works, I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
that's weird because I have a high allergy to milk products and the creams and the cheeses and all that in vape. But like anything like that, uh, the custards, I can have them no problem.
Isn't that weird how that works?
Yeah.
Then we've got frosting. Tam,
Oh,
what do you think
frosting.
about that
Oh,
frosting?
yes, I love frosting. To me, in my opinion, if you want something like if you love Loren's, what is it called? Cream cheese icing, and you want something similar to that in Flavorah,
Yeah.
um, frosting is what you want. It's just a light frosting on something. I
Yeah.
love that.
I just added frosting to my wish list.
Have you used it, Mark?
No,
You got to get that one.
I'm on my reseller's website right now, and I have a huge wish list that I add every month for flavors, and I'll be a lot of flavor coming. You know, another good flavor I like from Flavor is jackfruit. I don't know why I really like it.
Mm.
Jackfruit's really good to me, but a lot of people.
That's Yeah, Daytime Frank has a good point. He likes using frosting as a sweetener in bakeries.
Yes.
I
Yes.
use try to find a white chocolate as a sweetener.
Um, Wait, James Chapman has a question. Any way to get TFA ripe strawberry and Capella sweet strawberry combo taste with Flavora only strawberries available?
I actually have a cream cheese stone sitting up in the ELR.
What, a cream cheese stone?
Yeah, it's a cream cheese icing stone.
Oh wait, but what about strawberry?
What about strawberry?
Oh, we were talking. Oh, I was.
Yeah, I'd put that with what I just gave her in chat.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Mix that two bottles, Raven. One with just the strawberry, and then mix my cream cheese icing stone in with this in the
Okay.
second bottle. Tell me which one you like better.
Let's see what I come up. Oh, there it is.
Did you
Did
see
you
it?
just give it? Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat.
Okay.
Please. There you go. So after frosting was raspberry. I love raspberry.
I can't get enough of raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
I like putting it with my blood oranges and making pixie sticks. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Listen to the way he says that. Don't you love it? I knew you would crack her up when you said that.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Those two together. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Definitely.
No.
Oh, man.
What I haven't used much, really, actually, the next two, wait, no, yeah, red apple and spearmint. Red apple, I haven't really used that. I just got it not long ago. I haven't used it.
I will tell you, you can put those two flavors together.
I imagine you could.
Spearmint with red apple, you only need a couple drops of spearmint.
Right.
You know, but red apple is absolutely, believe it or not, I've got that sitting right here. I like red apple.
So we were talking about raspberry, Papa Chigley. But
yeah.
red raspberry is awesome too.
To me, between the difference between the two, raspberry is just like a raspberry straight on the bush. Red raspberry, on the other hand, is more of a candied, cured, dried.
Wait, was that my earpiece cutting out, or did I just?
No, she cut out.
I probably cut out.
So you're saying red raspberry is more like a cured, dried
It's
raspberry?
more like a candied, like a really good candied raspberry. It's still got the seeds and stuff.
Okay, maybe like a dry, like I don't know if they sell dried raspberry.
Kind of like a dried raspberry with sugar on it.
Oh, okay, cool. Interesting.
Nick, that might be my internet connection. I'm on the side of a mountain.
Beatboxing.
Yeah, that's probably me. I've got a few hills between me and the tower.
The candy roll. Do you remember the beat? Candy roll. Candy roll is an awesome flavor too.
It is, but used too high, it can really get annoying. It's good for sweet tarts, Tic Tacs, anything you want a glossy shine to it. Some people are more sensitive to it than others.
I don't like candy vapes. I've tried multiple times. Tried making them and everything else. I can't get into candy.
Then stay off my Reese's, man.
Well, that's different. It's got peanut butter in it.
Oh, it's different. I see.
You're talking about like
I don't like Yeah, I don't like extreme sugar type vapes. I like extreme fruit without all the sweetness. Love bakeries. Bakeries is my favorite all time. I'm just the odd type. I just don't like the sweets.
I like the sweets when I'm in the mood for them. I got to be in the mood. And then
Yeah,
when I'm in the mood, I tend to make a lot of them. And then I won't touch them again for a few months.
So the next one, 18, that's another one I have not messed with. Passion fruit.
Ah, passion fruit.
Do I have that?
Passion fruit is the basis for all cocktails. At least.
Interesting. I know I have it, or else I would have got it.
Do you have it?
I should have it, or I would have already. Oh, now I have. Yes, I have it, but why don't I use it? It's weird.
James, share a recipe where you think it's dry.
Oh, I love Flavorah chocolate.
Yeah, I tend to overdo my chocolates. That reminds me.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did.
What did you just do? Did you?
I just tested.
she knuckle tested it.
We just talked about this. Flavorah flavors are not good knuckle tested, by the way. Interesting.
Okay. James, have you tried my Cocoa Puffs? Try that one.
Okay. Oh, you did try it, James? Okay,
Is that the one that's dry to you? You might want to drop. Okay, you might want to drop the chocolates, cut them in half.
Frank, you're still missing flavors? What's wrong with you? Oh, it's a big one. Okay. I know you're not mixing Star Space or Marshmallow Vanilla or Marshmallow.
Nick, to be really honest, I have not delved into any of the Wonder flavors. I've had no reason to.
Flappy, flappy, flappy.
And if I had a flavor named that, I'd really question everything.
Actually, it's one of it is a good Wonder Flavors flavor. It's a flapper pie. But you gotta know, Nick, he calls it flappy, flappy, flappy.
Yeah, I've had no, yeah, no. I'm happy with what I use.
Yeah. What
and
it is,
I don't have a need anymore to go and try some new flavor line.
it has a great it adds a great meringue, I guess you could say, to a pie.
That's where Sugar Orchid can come in at. It does do a good sub for meringue.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No. Like that volume, like a whipped cream meringue, like a not the hard meringue.
Like are you talking about a mousse?
Like more like a, when I say meringue, like on a lemon meringue pie, like that kind of whipped cream type.
Well, that's the whole thing. If you mix cream and whipped cream together, you can get that effect.
Okay.
You know, that's why I stuck it in with the vanilla custard.
Okay, so there's your flappy,
See what I
flappy,
mean?
flappy. And then if you want to,
If you need a crust, I mean, I've got an amazing pie crust. Maybe I ought to release the pie crust.
yeah, you probably should, because
Yeah, because I've got like 4 different types that I make.
oh, that's what you're missing. Yeah, Italian meringue.
Yeah, if I was doing like Italian meringue or meringue cookies, I would definitely use sugar orchid.
Okay. I gotta play with sugar orchid some more,
You
because
know, but I'm more into the American flavors. If I could make me a hot dog vape, I'd love it. What you vaping, hot dog? And I want a real cornbread, not this, you know, Betty White cornbread, man.
America.
I'm sorry.
Oh, nobody can say America like Adam Flarzik. Oh my gosh, he can do that so good. We're from America. America. I can't.
Matter of fact, can I get a steak and potato vape? You know, a side of cow still mooing.
What did he just put? Cornbread. That's
Yeah, there you go. Dog and beer. Well, if I was going to go that direction, Frank, I'd get me a bratwurst, okay?
okay. Wait, now I've lost track. Where are we at? Okay. So we went, okay, I just did a 2-drop passion fruit.
Passion fruit is fanatical. You know, when you're talking,
and it's not, and I like it a lot.
When you're talking like fruity 2D type cocktails, it's got passion fruit in it.
How have I missed this one? Oh wow,
sweet stuff.
I did 2 drops in a 10 mil, and this is now I'm doing a So here's the thing: if you knuckle taste the Flavorah flavor and you go, "Yuck, this is disgusting," and I even said this to you, Mark, one day. I'm like, "Don't do that."
Yes.
Because you were like, "Ah, this isn't that good." I'm like, "No, yeah, because you can't do Flavorah like that. Do a little 10 mil, put a couple of drops in a 10 mil, and see." And actually, I probably should have just done one to see how it went. And now I'm knuckle tasting it, and it is delicious. I need to vape it in a minute. But this is absolutely really good on my knuckle, but I need to vape it, but I need clean wicks. But that is, I can see that.
Yeah.
Wait, what did she, all she said was that doesn't belong.
No, passion fruit does not belong in every cocktail, just a tropical.
Oh, and why did it delete that? What was in that?
I don't know why I don't know.
I need to check.
Why did they do that to her?
I don't know.
You know, you wouldn't put passion fruit in a pina colada, that's for sure.
I'm sorry, Julia, that I did that. I did put a couple of keywords in the thing, but I don't know what you typed in that was part of that.
Cocktail. It's the cockety cocktail.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Oh my god.
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit,
oh,
flappy. Maybe I need to put flappy in as a keyword to like.
I think my biggest thing with Flavorah is how creative can one get with it? And you can't really do that when you're using it at too high amounts all the time. Your taste buds get acclimated, and then you can develop flavor blindness, all kinds of crazy stuff. Amy, how often do you change the juice you're vaping on?
Say that again.
How often do you change the juice that you're vaping on?
How often do I change the juice that I'm vaping on?
Yeah.
Oh, well, every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes. What nicotine do I use? I do a lot of promotion for liquid nicotine.
Oh, that was a keyword because I didn't know nicotine was a keyword, so that got deleted. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I promote a lot of liquid nicotine wholesalers. And normally on my solo taste testing, I don't use any.
I don't either.
I don't use any nic at all. When I'm trying out recipes, I won't use any nic. When I'm confident in my recipe, then I add the nic and see what exactly I'm
Scale Oh,
What? Streamlabs. Right. R. Willoughby. What did R. Willoughby do already?
he said cocktail wieners, and then it nailed him. And so it is cocktail. It's
I
cocktails.
didn't even know he was in the chat, and then all of
I
a
will
sudden
say I'm probably the only person that bounces from 6% nic salts down to 0 nic.
Oh, that's good.
Why
That's
would I do
good.
flavor testing without nic? Because number one, I want to
Deleted that. I knew it
my
would.
flavors. I want to get familiar with my flavors without anything else interfering.
Yeah, no distortion. I do the exact same thing.
And not only that, it's actually a waste of nicotine to add it to test flavors.
And if you don't like it, you throw it away.
I tend to bogart my nicotine.
I'm laughing at this thing.
Let me try this. See if this works.
James, I will see what we can do.
Shizzle. There was keywords that I put in, and I'm not going to go into reasons
There.
why. But anyway,
Nicotine.
that's good. Oh, hey, Mary Beth, how are you? You can say nicotine that way. There you go. That's the only way you can say it, Martine. I didn't think of that. So you were very smart. You got one over on me.
So due to the fact that I change nicotines a lot, I also change out my base ingredients with my lab. I do contract work for other labs testing their nic salts and their base mixes. And over the years, it's really affected my voice between that and my many, many years of smoking. So, yeah.
Oh, I never thought of that. So someone else who doesn't have a wrench, type that and see if they get booted again. How you doing, Mary Beth? Good to see you.
I think everybody's scared to type anything.
Rinse me. Oh my gosh, there's Joel.
Joel, hey,
got to
Joel,
give him
how
a
you
wrench.
doing? Cocktail. That's not a word. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Oh, Mary Beth just typed nicotine. What is it? I put in, no, Nick's gonna get, you're gonna get busted with Nick. I think.
I'm happy you're good, Joel.
Yes. Oh my gosh! It did look at all that. Mary Beth got like all kinds of stuff.
She got wiped out.
Oh my God! Everybody's got wiped out. What the heck happened? It's only about flavor.
I'm sorry, honey. Come back later.
At least I didn't have it ban you. Oh my gosh. At least I didn't tell it to ban you. So anyway.
Well, technically, some nicotines have a flavor, like pepper.
Yes, they do. Pepper. I've also had salty nicotines. You don't find too many of those on the market these days.
You got a wretch.
A wrench or a wretch?
That's what I was about to say. We do have fun. That's the whole point to me. Well, we want to learn and
And trust me, I would love to get all the information out of my head and into y'all's heads. But, you know I tend to jump topics real quick.
I do too.
You'll just have to put up with me.
So, and we've been going an hour and a half. So, and I don't know how much longer the brain can keep going and be like,
Oh no, I've lost my picture. That's okay. I'll get it back.
I could do this all
you
day.
don't understand my flappy head. No, it's flappy honeycomb head.
Okay, sour apple. Who likes sour apple?
Oh, I love to eat sour apples, if that's what we're talking about.
No, I'm talking about vaping it. You know, having a sour apple come out your nasal holes because you're blowing them big clouds.
No, yes, I do.
I have had a sour apple vape. But that vape itself was extremely sugary, so the sugar took over everything. And
yes.
It was a commercial juice. I've never mixed one. I should try that. I should try mixing one now.
Yeah, sour apple's one of my favorites. I actually like it. I've got a Midori version up on ELR, and I can't remember the apple type that I mixed it with, but somehow I'm really craving that tonight.
Oh my gosh, she'll be coming out with another recipe.
Yes, I'm gonna have to. Sour apple it is.
I'm going to be making a chocolate peanut butter custard when we're done. All flavor.
Yeah, see, you got him going. See,
well,
that's what happened with me.
I'm really trying to push Flavorah into my idea. I'd like to get a 30-day challenge going where, an average mixer can come up, get $30. 30 days of flavoring.
You gonna give them $30?
30 days of flavoring. Mm-hmm. And have you guys vape nothing but Flavorah for a month. Just for the sake of saying, I did it for a month. I'd like to hear feedback when you go back to your other manufacturers. But that's an idea that we've been tossing around for a couple of years now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, we skipped over my peach.
What peach?
You went to sour apple and you skipped over peach.
You want peach?
I love peach. Yes, I love
my darling from Georgia.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm a Georgia peach, so I love peach.
Yeah, well, we got peaches in Carolina too, right?
Right.
I told you it doesn't take much at all for these flavors.
Yes.
Now, if you really want it good and smoky, add 1 to 2 drops of smoked butterscotch. Don't go over 2 drops in a 30 ml.
Oh, you had to say it. That's
yes, my recipe. Butterscotch. I love that flavor in tobacco.
I used that when it first came out, and I fell in love.
Yeah, that's going in my recipe with my custard. It's sitting right here. Everything's already sitting here. There's 6 flavors, but it's going to be a low percentage.
Yes, a sour apple martini vape.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
I can get Flavorah to make an olive. Oh my.
Oh, that's funny, Nick. A nonstop train, but swapping trains just for the fun of it. That's cool.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Other flavor companies are good. After all, I cut my teeth on Loran. Okay. But it was just something about the company, Brendan's openness and willingness to help people out. And the goals of the company matched what I was looking for in a company to stick with. My main goal is to get people off of smoking and lead a better, healthier life.
Yes.
And it all is about the flavor. And I can't get that with Capella. I can't get it with Flavor Art. And I'm probably saying a lot of bad words, but I can't. But, I found what made me happy.
I understand type
At
of.
the end of the day, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's all about what keeps you happy and keeps you coming back. Hell no. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I'll count you with 20% crunch cereal with that, Evan. I mean, Nick.
Oh my gosh, come back to the
20% crunch cereal. Do it.
He's saying TFA pie crust at 20% will get you back.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Y'all gonna make me stick
Okay.
with Flavorah forever and ever and ever.
That's not even right.
They're stuck with me anyway, so yeah. No, I doubt it. Nothing from Italy will impress me at all ever again. Some of it's personal reasons, other it's a lot of professional reasons. So no.
Nick is mad, yes. But he's a funny mad. We're all a little funny though.
Exactly. You know, medicine flowers in the same category with Flavorah. There are a few other companies that do ultras. I am not at liberty to discuss them, but it's an interesting process of how flavors are created, how the molecules interact. And when I have to use more than 2% of a flavor, it's just a total turnoff. You know, I was brought up old school. If less is more, then why am I adding more flavor to my juice? You know, all I'm doing is padding the resellers' pockets, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just a total turnoff. Not to mention, what are they cutting those flavors with? You know, even if it's just PG, I have to buy so much and use so much, so they keep making money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no, I can't do that, Nick. I've signed quite a few pieces of paper on things I can't talk about.
That is privileged information. Shit, I
Unfortunately,
don't even know.
I can tell you there are not that many. There are not that many. We do have at least 3 in the U.S. There's a few in the Middle East.
Oh no.
There's a couple in Germany. A couple in Israel. Believe it or not, I just can't name them.
Flappy contract.
I can, but you can't see me, Joel. I don't have a cam. Do I sell flavors? Sometimes it depends, and it depends on what company. I do have my own line, but I don't advertise it, and I don't sell often, and I don't sell a lot.
Oh, we be talking after the show, buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
Mark, you already know I do.
I know. I know.
I am so sorry, James.
Okay, guys, it's like almost a quarter to well, it's 5:40. We should start wrapping up a little, and we didn't go all the way through this, but a lot of them on here we did hit, except well, we didn't talk like some of these fruit. We did talk milk and honey, vanilla custard. We didn't really hit mango.
Hit 631 yet. So really quick, mango is excellent. I like it at 1.2 as a solo. Blood orange is absolutely gorgeous, but I try and keep that one under 1%. Pink guava, if you use anything with pink guava, anything under 0.6%, you get the pink guava. Anything over 0.6, you get a, what is it?
Grapefruit.
Yes.
Not pineapple. Grapefruit.
Wild melon.
I'm known about saying it backwards.
And this is what the beauty of Flavorah is. You can actually, despite my low usage, with Flavorah, you can take these flavors as high as 3%. I don't condone it. I don't promote it. Wild melon is one of the exceptions. Lemonade is another one. But that is why they're the top 2. And the reason being is because they're just so damn good.
What are you saying? They're the exception, saying that you can take it that high.
You can take it that high. Most people do.
Yeah,
to me,
okay.
that's just an abuse of flavor, and then I have to add others to support that flavor. It's just not worth my time and effort. If I keep it low, it stays true to itself. I don't have to add anything at all, really.
I'm going to be creating my own recipe.
RW, I've got a carrot cake up there on my flavor list, up on ELR. And James, if you scroll up in the chat, you can find that recipe for my smoky custard. Well, Amy, I know our time is cutting short.
Yes, it
We might
is.
have to do this again, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, do I work for Flavorah? No, I do not.
Nope.
I am not affiliated with Flavorah in any way, shape, or means. I am friends with the owner and a few people that work under him. But in as an occupation, though. Sub for my favorite recipe, I would have to say all of them. I don't have any favorites, and my taste buds change daily or hourly, When I first started messing with Flavorah, I really loved the cookie dough. And cookie dough is what really cinched it for me.
Yeah, that's a great flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick, I just saw. Okay, so anyway, let's wrap this up because I'm getting my ADD.
Hey, Pippa, I'm going to tell you something.
Oh, I just.
You're a pot stirrer. You like stirring pots. How about that? Now, if you want to get your shits and giggles, you better go find another chat room.
I totally missed this. Do I need to see? Okay.
I really don't think you want to go there with me. Thank you.
Okay, where's my moderators going? That's why I put those words in there because I knew it. I knew it already, and leave it to her to do that. Okay, so let's wrap this up. So thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it.
Actually, you could use Flavorah carrot and apple cider from Flavorah. You're welcome, RW. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Lady Loves Vapor. We appreciate everybody watching. Please look in the down below. You can see everybody's links and things like that to her recipes and everything.
You can always contact me through Facebook.
Right.
Or
It's
ELR.
Flavorah fan. That's there. You can contact there. And like I said, tonight I'm going to be putting up a contest where you can win 10 free Flavorah flavors. That came out right. I thought it was going to come out wrong. Flavorah flavors.
Tongue twister. I dare you say it 3 times. Come on, one more time.
Yeah, 10 free Flavorah flavors. And I'm going to be putting that.
You can. I switch out all the time depending on my moods.
Yeah, every recipe is open to your own interpretation. So if you want to switch.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I made it all public. If you want to change out, you want to swap, you don't have that particular Flavorah flavor, you might want to ask first.
Yeah.
Because I am familiar with most of the other manufacturers.
Oh, this recipe. I'm just keep looking at these flavors. Just give your interesting recipe.
I mean, it's been years and years, so I could be giving you a higher percentage of those manufacturers. Work. All right, Miss Tam, we ready to shut it down?
Yep, we're ready. Thanks everyone for watching again. I appreciate it. Thanks for all your support. Love you guys. Stay cool and stay nice to everybody and all the good stuff. And we will see you next week. Nick will be back. And if he's not, I'm going to go drag him back.
She's gonna go rogue.
I will go
She's
rogue.
going to get in the boat
Absolutely.
and cross the pond. Nick, hey, it's great talking with you. We'll have to do it again when you show up on the show, man.
Yeah, when he decides to show up. Okay, here we go. Stop streaming. Bye, everybody. Thanks.